Hey guys, it's ItsSMOGONdevo here, back at it with some more Jungle Cup practice videos. Excited to get this set out to you because we're finally going to be moving away from early practice videos into more of the actual meta opponents, or Metamon rather. So in this video, I'm excited to actually start trying out Pidgeot, so you're going to see a lot of Pidgeot in this video. Also getting more involved with the Alolan-Raichu as well. That's pretty much exclusively what this video is going to be actually, Pidgeot and Alolan-Raichu. So expect to see a lot of battles featuring those two with, I believe, only Vigoroth as support actually. So this video is really just testing out a specific trio. You're going to get Alolan-Raichu, Pidgeot, and Vigoroth. So not a whole lot to say other than that. So we'll just go ahead and jump into the videos and see how well these three pair together. Alright, so the start of these battles actually begins with a best of 3. I was practicing against a friend from the Discord server, Humpstyles, and that was just his team preview. So, it was actually a best of 5, so I was just kind of looking at his team over there and deciding on what I should use. Ended up really liking this set of 3, so we lead the Alolan-Raichu with Pidgeot and Vigoroth in the back. And because I like this set of 3 so much, I decided to just do a few more battles afterwards testing it out. So we lead the Alolan-Raichu into a Vigoroth. This is a good matchup for Alolan-Raichu. It's pretty even as long as you get a little lucky. So I'll launch off that Thunder Punch into the Vigoroth there. Then I can get to another one as well and burn Shield. I'm actually going to Shield twice here. Put on some more pressure. Get off another Thunder Punch here. Wanted to keep my Raichu kind of healthy there. Knock out the Vigoroth. And now he's going to bring in Venomoth, but I will just soak up these confusion damage. Launch a Thunder Punch trying to bluff. Get that final shield. Doesn't fall for it, but it still does a ton of damage. And I can actually get to another Thunder Punch as well. So this will draw his final shield, and just in time because he actually went for a Silver Wind, or a Poison Fang rather. So he'll knock out my Shoe here, but now Pidgeot can come in with the Switch Tray glitch, quite lovely, and knock out that Venomoth while farming down the Noctowl a bit. I managed to get a good switch right on time. So now I just want to do as much damage as I can with the Vigoroth. Get this Body Slam off. No shield, so I'm going to have to let Vig go down, but now Pidgeot, having had farmed all that energy, will be able to come in with this Brave Bird. And it will be enough to knock out, or knocked, I keep saying that. It will be enough to knock out Noctowl. Knocked out Noctowl. Shouldn't even be a tongue twister, but it is, apparently. So I really like that lineup and I didn't really want to change it, so I decided to go in with the same set of 3 for our best of 5. So we lead the Alolan-Raichu again. We get the Masquerain, which is not a horrible matchup, but we have to be careful of those Ominous Winds and Silver Winds. Go for this Thunder Punch right here. Get some shield pressure. I'm kind of worried about the Ominous Wind, so I do shield, but he actually chooses to Silver Wind. Now I can farm him up a little bit more here. Get off this Thunder Punch. Get that second shield as well. Quite interesting. So I'll match his shields here. He's really fishing for these boosts. Now I want to chip him down with Sparks. And I managed to do that, so I have a Wild Charge ready to go. Going to launch it in immediately to whatever comes in. Get a ton of damage and then switch out to Vigoroth. The unfortunate thing with Magneton is that it's very hard to keep it in versus Vigoroth. So he makes a good switch there, but I farmed up some energy. So these Body Slams are going to absolutely hurt Noctowl. Get 2 of them off. Put a ton of damage on it. Then I'm trying to beat him down with counters, but he actually can get to a Sky Attack. Or rather a Psychic. Probably should have went for the Sky Attack to do more damage there. But now I have a Body Slam ready, so I'll launch it off versus his Magneton coming back in. And that's going to be it for Magneton here. So we'll go ahead and take the second battle, and now we'll jump into the third battle as well. I wanted to switch it up a bit, so I decided to lead with Pidgeot, with the Alolan-Raichu and Vigoroth in the back. So we lead Pidgeot into Magneton, pretty horrible. So I'm immediately going to switch out into my Alolan-Raichu. Didn't want to burn Vigoroth there. Luckily for me, he stays in. I'm not going to shield this move coming in. I can tank a Magnet Bomb. Farm up some energy and land a Wild Charge. Want to get some shield pressure or take a chunk of Magneton's health. We get that chunk right there. And these sparks are going to knock it down a lot. So I will burn a shield here because I know I can knock it out with some sparks. And there we go. Now I have a Wild Charge ready to go. So I'll just go straight for the Wild Charge. I don't really want to mess around here. And he chooses not to block it, so Venomoth is going to lose a ton of its health. Then I'm thinking I can knock him down with sparks again, and I actually managed to do just that. Go for a Wild Charge again. Definitely going to force a shield this time around. Raichu won't be able to last enough to do another Thunder Punch, but that's okay, it's done more than enough. Now we bring in Pidgeot. Not going to shield this first Body Slam coming in. Try to build up some energy though. I want to get off Brave Bird, but it looks like I'm a bit short, so I actually do decide to shield here because I want to try to get off that Brave Bird. Get that final shield, and now I'm just going to try to chip him down a little bit more. But he'll get to another Body Slam before I can get to Aerial Ace and knock out my Pidgeot. But now my own Vigoroth comes in. It can definitely take a Body Slam at this range, so that's not an issue. We get off a Body Slam, but now I'm able to get off my own and knock out his Vigoroth. So that's going to end the best of 5 videos, or best of 5 battles rather. Yeah, I really do like Alolan-Raichu. Seems like an excellent pick here. Pairs really well with Vigoroth and Pidgeot, at least in my practice videos, so we're going to go ahead and continue this trend. We'll bring the same team with the Alolan-Raichu lead. We catch a Noctowl, which is great. He switches on a Raikou, so I'm going to go for a Wild Charge. And then I'm going to switch out to Vigoroth just to preserve my Raichu for that Noctowl in the back. Definitely going to burn a shield here. Block that Wild Charge and then just knock down the Raikou with counter damage. Now I have a Body Slam ready to go. Makes sense just to knock it into whatever comes in. Brings back in Noctowl, wanting to preserve what's in the back. And I can actually get to a second Body Slam here. Putting a ton of pressure on Noctowl. I'm not going to burn my final shield. I know I have Alolan-Raichu in the back. So I can get to another Body Slam, and I'm trying to knock him down with counters, and that was a really risky game, but it did pay off. So now I have this Body Slam ready to go, and I can for sure draw a shield to whatever comes in. It's his own Vigoroth. So get that shield, and I'm very close to another Body Slam, but my Vigoroth will go down to the counter damage. So I decide to bring back in the Alolan-Raichu. I just want to put on some pressure to the Vigoroth. So I'll take this first Body Slam and then go for a Wild Charge. He doesn't shield it, so Alolan-Raichu's sparks are going to do a ton of damage to Vigoroth. I do decide to shield it just so that I can try to knock it out with these sparks. And it will actually be a double knockout. So going into the next battle with the same team, we'll have Pidgeot in the lead this time. And again, Raichu and Vigoroth on the back. Continue these battles with Midnight Mailman. So we lead Pidgeot into his Noctowl. Quite an interesting matchup. Can go either way depending on who takes what charge move. So I decide just to farm up as much energy as I can. He gets to the sky attack before me, but I've piggied him a little now. So I can get off a Brave Bird. He doesn't block it. So now I want to get to my Aerial Ace. Gonna shield here. And then get off this Aerial Ace. He won't shield, so Pidgeot actually will be able to knock out that Noctowl. But now Raikou comes in and I'm quite defenseless. I'll bring in Vigoroth. I decide to actually try to tank that Wild Charge. And he brings in Venusaur, so I have Raichu in the back and I'm in quite a poor position now. Burns that shield and Vigoroth can't really do a whole lot now. So this Body Slam will come off. Do a nice amount of damage to Venusaur, but unfortunately Vigoroth will go down. He immediately goes for a Frenzy Plant and forces my shield. My best play is just to try to chip it down to Sparks and then launch a charge move into whatever's next, but he can get to a second Frenzy Plant. That's going to be enough to knock out my Raichu thanks to these Vine Whips. So jumping into the final battle, same lineup again, Pidgeot, Alolan-Raichu, and Vigoroth. Gonna lead Pidgeot again versus a new opponent here. We actually lead it into a Luxray, so I know I said I was done with these interesting picks, but this is one of the final ones. I farm up some energy and switch out into Vigoroth. I didn't quite know what he was going to go for, so I decided to take it just to test, but it was a Wild Charge, so that really hurt. He brings in Noctowl and I can launch out this Body Slam. Put on some pressure, trying to get to another one. But I'm just short, unfortunately. Bring in the Alolan-Raichu here. He goes for a Sky Attack, I believe, so I'm not going to burn my shield. I'll let it land, so that I can hopefully farm down the Noctowl. I'll burn a shield just to keep Raichu healthy. And then really try to just chip him down with Spark damage. Gets really close, but Raichu's able to do it. Now I can launch out this Thunder Punch into the Luxray coming in. Draw a shield, and then get to a Wild Charge, because I had farmed so much energy off of the Noctowl. But he does shield twice. So this is a really bad position for me to be in. I'm going to go for a Thunder Punch. Try to chip down Luxray as much as I can. I don't want to burn my final shield here because I need it for Pidgeot, just in case he has any other energy left on his Luxray. Maybe a bit of a silly play, but I go straight for an Aerial Ace, trying to just knock out that Luxray and get it out of the way. And now he brings in Vigoroth. So I do have a shield advantage. Gonna go ahead and burn it. Block that first Body Slam from coming in. Then I'll launch my Brave Bird. Does a ton of damage to Vigoroth, but it's just short of picking up the knockout. So Pidgeot's actually going to go down to this Body Slam. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed those battles. A lot of focus on that one trio of Alolan-Raichu, Vigoroth, and Pidgeot. They function kind of well together. I think I do kind of prefer the Noctowl over Pidgeot now though, especially after finding out the news of it not really being able to check Vigoroth. So in a lot of those battles, you honestly probably could have substituted Pidgeot for Noctowl, and it probably would have just done better. But that's a good look at Alolan-Raichu. Really, it has a lot of potential to mess up opposing teams. Those Wild Charges just hit so hard, even against things that are resisted. Like Venusaur can't take 2, for example. If you add a little bit of a spark damage as well. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. We're going to jump into some more focused practice videos. Less emphasis on this one trio going forward, but if you guys liked the video, don't forget to leave me a like. drop a comment, and if you could, please subscribe to my channel.